Heyo, it's Damo! So have you ever been in a situation where someone says something wrong, then you correct them, and then they get angry, and then you get angry, and you're just thinking, well, this whole situation could have been avoided if you just knew how to speak your own language. I have. Way too often. Way too often. Ow. So essentially this video is about those people that grew up speaking a language and yet for some reason still can't seem to speak it correctly, and how frustrating that is. Here are some examples. Have you ever heard of the word something? You know, the one that starts with an S and ends in a G? Well, some people haven't. Instead, they use an entirely different word. Something. Bitch, please. There ain't a fucking K at the end of something. 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 I don't understand where that came from, and I don't know why it won't go away, because it needs to. It's not okay. Don't do it. Another one is use guys. Use guys. Why? Why is that a thing? You guys was too complicated to say, so they had to add an extra letter? Use guys. Use guys is just so mean to me, cause I'm a bit slow. Then there's also the overuse of the word like. Like, oh my god, I was just totally just sitting down on this seat and it was like this really good like thing that I was doing, and I was just sitting and then I was like, oh my god, look over there, there's a fucking disco ball. So I like shoved it in my face and I was like, oh my god, I broke all my like, you know, those like my teeth? I broke my fucking teeth. Like, yeah. Stop it! Like is a perfectly acceptable word when you don't use it 50 times in a sentence. So like this one day I was like going to the shops with Barbara and I was like, hey Barbara, you totally look like a tramp, and she was like, shut up, I hate you, you're like disgusting, and like I thought that she was like my friend, but then she called me disgusting, so I was like, you can just go eat a bag of fucking dicks, you're a bitch, like I don't even want to talk to you like this because you're like a hoe. No, this one's not so noticeable when you're talking to someone, but it's very noticeable when you're reading something someone has written. The three yours. Your, and your. They all mean different things and have different uses, so please use them in the correct way, please. Same thing goes for there. Three of them, three different uses. Get it right. Then there are the people who apparently can't think of any word to use. At least the people saying something have a word. It may be incredibly wrong and very annoying, but at least it's there. Unlike the people who just, every 3 words. So then we, and then so, we just did, cool. Way to use those brain cells. Then there's the whole issue of spelling in general. Okay, cool. Let's get on to that one. Now I know you went to school because you're on Facebook, so you're not living in a third world country. Might I ask what you were doing through all those years? Were you paying attention, or were you just sticking pencils up your butt? Spelling is not that hard. There's a simple rule with spelling. Get it right. Why can people not follow this rule? If you don't know how to spell a word, look it up. Just type it into Google. Google will autocorrect it. Hell, most phones will autocorrect it. Even my computer autocorrects. Yet for some reason, people still can't spell words properly. But the worst is when someone can't spell something that they've just read. It's called a memory. You should have one. My name is a perfect example. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not actually that fast when someone spells my name wrong, but when someone sends me a message on Facebook, my name is spelled D-A-M-I-A-N. It is right there on the screen. Please do not spell it D-A-M-I-E-N. Just makes you look lazy. In fact, you probably just are lazy, so stop that. Pew pew, chicka chicka pew. Also, punctuation is a thing, and you should use it. And using it in the correct way is even better. I don't know what that weird, like, curvy thing is with the dot at the bottom. Oh, that's a question mark. Now we're at my personal favorite, bought and brought. They're two completely different words and they mean two completely different things, and they're even spelt slightly differently. Yet some people just refuse to accept that they are different. Let's have an example of bought, shall we? I bought this hairspray from the shops. Now let's have an example of brought. I brought this hairspray round to your house and pummeled you with it because you don't know the difference between the two words. Learn. And the worst part about all these examples is when someone refuses to accept they're wrong. You are wrong. Just admit it. You'll live a much happier life. But actually I was wrong. There is something worse than that. And that's when someone accepts that they're wrong, they'll admit it, but they won't do anything about it. Oh yeah, I know that I use the wrong "you're" all the time, but I'm like, why would I change that? I'm perfectly fine just the way I am, pissing everyone off. And yes, you can call me a grammar Nazi if you like, but is wanting someone to speak their own language correctly really that bad? You're a meanie. I find that the best thing to do with these people is to just hit them really hard on the head until they understand. Just give up. We'll never win. The earth is doomed to be inhabited by morons who don't know how to speak their own language. I'm not even gonna go into text speak, because that's just a whole other video. What do you hate the most about people who suck at their own language? Any particular words they use that just piss you off? Words they confuse with other ones? Or even just the wrong spelling? Let me know in the comments below. That's all for this video, because I'm getting really angry. Don't forget to like this video if you think that is something that you would like to do. Share it with your friends. Perhaps any friends that might have been called a grammar Nazi at any point in time, because they might like to know that other people think the same way. You can also subscribe if you like this face and you want to see more of it, although that won't actually get you any more of this face. It'll just let you know when there is more of this face. So, should do it anyway. I promise I'm not always this angry. Batman! I will see you next week. Until then, have a beautiful existence. I appreciate your soul. Bye.